Hello class, my name is Christopher Rockwell. This is my Project 1 video review for ASD 1301. Going into this project, I was already pretty much converted over to jQuery, just as well jQuery mobile. But I did go in and refactor my index page. Not really refactor, but kind of retheme. Because during MIU we had some requirements, like a grid, and we had to do a grid, and we also had to do like a news stream, which it was pretty neat to kind of figure out how to do that stuff. But it was kind of extra information for my app. So I went in, as you can see here in the simulator. This is my new one. You can see my menu items. I have home, add item, and about. And here's the old app. I had home, about, suggestions, which was my grid, and news, which is my just wish list item suggestions, or this month's pledges. I mean, this is a wish list item suggestions right here. But I just took that out because I figured that would be kind of just extra information. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're saving up for something, you're gonna know exactly what it is. You're not gonna really need that. Or you can just easily go on your mobile web browser and just search around for some stuff to save up for. So I took that out. And also, like I said, I put the add items menu item right here because I feel like you should always have a clear way for people to do stuff. Which, this add items right here, but it's like in the form of a picture. I feel like this menu item probably would get even more use than the image. And kind of just, not leave any room for error by the user, any confusion. But going back into what I had trouble with and what was a little bit more easier, definitely the .own method. That was something we already had incorporated if we used the template. In MIU, we was given the template to use the .own method of doing things besides, not instead of the .bind. So I didn't really have to change anything like that. I did have to go in, and for uniformity purposes, I had double quotes on some of my selectors, and some of them I had single quotes. So I just went in, as a, try to make a best practice for myself to use single quotes. Keep some consistency in my code. If when I'm confused, maybe somebody else looking at it might think the double quotes are different than the single quotes. So I went in and changed that. And I already had the .click methods in and different things like that because during the VFW I actually started playing around with some jQuery, so it just kind of stayed within my app from then on. Now I did have some trouble with the inner HTML, changing that to HTML because it works a little bit different, I realized. Because right here I had priority list .inner HTML, and I tried to put in actually didn't use priority list. I tried to do the low div item space li for the list items, do the .html, which is a jQuery selector, and try to incorporate it. But what it did is just copied all one object instead of just looping through this for loop here and going and grabbing different types of objects, different names and everything. Which I contacted the instructor and she said I didn't have to worry about it. But I do kind of still want to play with it in the future and see if I can get it to work somehow. That way I can kind of fully be using jQuery within the DOM. But definitely the skills I learned, like I say, in MIU, where we started using the .own method and different things like that, which carried over into this class. So that definitely gave me an understanding of the .own and the .click and the different ways, and the selectors especially, because we already kind of incorporated that a couple months ago in MIU. So that definitely helped me, refactor, because it's pretty much already done. I just had to make sure I didn't have any inconsistencies, or might use the DOM one time here and there. So I had to go through and kind of double check to make sure my code had some consistency. But I will say one time in life where I've had to refactor, where I had something made up and I had to go in and kind of change it up a little bit, is I like the barbecue quite a bit. And normally when I make my barbecue sauce, I have like a set little recipe. But almost 9 times out of 10, I always have to go in and maybe add a little something here based off the flavoring. You know, a little bit more spice, a little bit more honey for the sweetness, a little bit more vinegar for the tanginess. So it's always, you always, especially when cooking anything, you always have to try to refactor your recipes and change them up based off, somebody might not like hot stuff, or somebody might like sweet stuff, or just different things like that. So you always have to refactor based off who you're cooking for and just off your preference. You might feel that it could be better if you added something or took something away out of your recipe. So it's definitely, in order to be a good cook, you have to know about refactoring. So that's definitely a life experience that I've had in the refactoring. That pretty much sums it up. Hope you all enjoyed this video. And, best of luck to you all in this class. Thank y'all for listening.